Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your energy check-in. As you guys know, these readings, oh wow, as you guys know, these readings are timeless and signless. So you don't actually have to have any Gemini placements in your chart, and you don't actually have to be watching at the time that this video is being made. Just please know that the energies can have already manifested or can be unfolding over the next 30 days at the very least. Okay, so just stay tuned for that. Also, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, feel free. Go ahead and just reach out, look for my Etsy page, and place your order, and we'll take it from there. Okay? How exciting! Yay! All right, so Gemini, let's jump in and see what your energies are. So far, I'm getting that Spirit has been, whether you're aware of it or not, Spirit has been coaching you on something or has been telling you about something for quite some time. And I see now that one by one, everything that they've been saying has been coming true, has been coming true for you. For some of you, this could be stemming all the way back from October. Wait, hold on, gotta get that incision. No, where is it? Which one? Okay, very, very, very finite there. Finite, very finely tuned there. Anyway, so a lot of this has been has been going on since October for some of you, not all of you. For some of you, it's been since February. But either way, and I'm also getting the energies of a new car, by the way. But anyway, what Spirit has been telling you one by one has been happening. So for some of you, this information is about the healing that you've been going through. So maybe God has been telling you, we're going to be healing you. The healing is going to happen. The healing is going to happen. And it's been happening one by one. You're seeing the improvements. For some of you, this actually has to do with friend circles, where Spirit has been saying, you're with the wrong crowd, and we're going to pick them out one by one. And one by one, you're seeing these people fall by the wayside. I just heard another word in reference to these people, but I think it's one of your words. So whoever that part is for, I'd rather not repeat it. But yeah, so a lot of, they're saying revelations. Thank you. A lot of revelations are happening. And at the bottom of it all, they're so funny. At the bottom of it all, the answer is, oh, Spirit was right. So for some of you, the voice of Spirit has been coming through a sister. So a sister or sisterly energy, but of course not for all of you. A lot of you may be having prophetic dreams. Some of you may, and in fact, somebody here may be seeing, like, their recognition is that, oh my gosh, I'm repeating the same energies as my grandmother. So what that means is basically, one by one, you're having experiences where you're like, oh, this is the same thing my grandmother went through. Oh, the same thing my grandmother went through. Oh, the same thing my grandmother went through. And it's getting to a point where you're like, am I my grandmother? Or is this really happening? Am I literally living or reliving this person's life? Now, in some sense, I'm just going to go ahead. If that's for you, you're going to know. You're going to be like, oh my God, that's me. And I just want to, I'm getting it could be two of you. Now, you guys might be like, that sounds so specific. How can there be two of us? Well, you have to understand that that's just the way energy works. You're not unique. I'm just kidding. I'm so bad. But, we really are going along very dynamic patterns. So let's just put it that way. You're unique and special, but you're also not unique in some way. But if that's you and you feel that you're reliving your grandmother's past or major life cycles, like, oh my God, I got pregnant at so-and-so. Oh, and he went into the military. And oh, then I was raising this kid for a while. And oh, then he came back. And oh, then we lost the house. And oh, then I started doing this. And if you're like, all these things are very, very mirroring, there could be multiple reasons for that, right? Sometimes, now, this is very rare, but sometimes, yes, you are your grandmother in a sense that there's a parallel life situation going on. And some of you may be like, how could that happen? And then for that to happen, for us to be in the same lifetime together, look, it happens, right? And then for some of you, this is also about you carrying like a psychic imprint, if you will. And maybe that's just a contract, a soul contract that you've decided to activate or decided to enter with this other soul in order to help the bloodline to clear some karma. It could be a lot of things, right? So please don't be freaked out, is my point. Of course, what the actual situation is going to be dependent on your energy. So that's the realm of a personal reading, but just letting you guys know. Guys, for somebody here, now this feels like one person, the message is coming through for you, so specific. They're saying the store is closing, period. A shop attendant stole it, period. Okay, so if that's you, you have to email me at awakening all you light. At compassionate heart school at gmail.com. Jeez Louise, that's all in my description box. But anyway, that's very, very psychically specific. Okay. And if that was for you, that person has to do, they were a sibling from a past lifetime, okay? Okay, so let's continue on with what I'm getting for you guys. Yeah, so Spirit is saying that it's almost like I'm getting this energy of a bedtime story where you're just caught in this twilight zone of some sort where it's kind of like you've been told, it's prophesied almost, and it's just so uncanny that things are just happening one by one. And your biggest question now is like this. Now what? What do I do now? Now what? Everything that was told to me is happening, but now what do I do with that message? Where do I go? Who do I connect with? And the short answer to that is this. It's not time yet. It's not time to connect with with somebody, or to be shown down that road, or to, get something. What the time is now is for you to have, they're saying alchemical mutation here, but I'm seeing magical mutation, and I'm also seeing the word magical commitment. But the whole point of that is that now it's time for you to have an undergoing. Oh, no wonder they're saying magical, because it seems so uncanny. It's like, what's going on here? You're going to be having a transformation that is going to feel really special. And the reason why they want this to be very, very special for you in particular is because I have to be honest, for some of you here, and remember, some can mean at least one or all but one, right? That's what some is. But for some of you here, it feels like it's being made more magical because you've been bereft. Something has been taken from you. And for somebody here, it's the death of a father. God bless you. And for another one, it's the falling through of a marriage that never got down the aisle. So it's almost like there was a promise of marriage that was going to happen for you, and it didn't pan out. Now, you may not even, for some of you, you may be like, yeah, well, we blah blah blah, and this person intervened, and this happened, and the engagement was called off, and that kind of story. But for others, I'm also feeling this idea that it wasn't even activated. It was in the potential, but maybe you never got to meet the person, right? Or maybe you met the person, but you had one date and they had to be called away, or you called away, or just something happened and it didn't even get to the point where you could start to move down that aisle. You see how they're saying the play on words, start to move down that aisle, but there's almost like a knowing within you. It's like everyone would be like, you're crazy, you guys went on one date, or you're crazy, like, how do you keep saying there's someone out there, or you saw this person's picture and you know that they were supposed to be your husband or wife, and everyone's saying you're crazy, but that's not true. You know, and I'm here to tell you, you're right. You know what you were picking up on. If this is for you, feel free to comment in the comment box. If this is for you, what you were picking up on was a very real and active potential. It was so active that you perceived of it, but for whatever reason, it didn't end up becoming the activated one. Maybe a free will choice was made. Maybe something else intervened. I'm not quite sure, but for, these things happen all the time for us on our chart, along our soul charts, but we don't perceive of it, right? But you did. And so that's why you may even have like a little bit of a grief, or have gone through a grieving period, whether you're aware of it or not. But Spirit is saying yes, 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 yes. And so because of that, you get to have, it was so active. I gotta be honest, it was so active that even Spirit is saying, we're going to make up for you, make it up to you for that, because there has been some pain or some damage or some sadness or something that, some imbalance, whatever that was created, that we feel that you deserve something for not being able to have that, or for having experienced that loss of somebody. Because again, for somebody else, it's the death of a father. God bless, right? So God is good. So you see, a lot of times we do go through these periods of pain, right? Just sheer pain. And it's to the point where you're like, when is this going to end? Am I cursed? Why didn't this happen? I don't understand. All sorts of feelings and emotions. And I do want to tell you though, that God, and I say God, but whatever, I'm choosing that word, but however you want to hear it, you can change the word in your mind. But I'm telling you that God does make time and make pockets in your life for you to quote unquote recover for what was quote unquote lost, right? And you can go ahead and extend that even to mercy. It's the kind of mercy where it's like, oh yes, those people stole the house from you, but you know what? They'll never be happy with it. And that's not the mercy, because that's vengeance, right? That's not the mercy, but the mercy comes when you later end up getting an offer by somebody to, they've got to leave the country for whatever situation, but they've got this house and they're going to be gone for a year. And they're like, can we have you stay? Can you please, we'll even pay you to house it. And you're like, what is it? What? And you may even say, oh, well, good thing I never got that house, because then it would have been weird to have two houses. But you have no idea. But no, that was Spirit equalizing. That was Spirit prospering you. That was Spirit. And I'm not going to say apologizing, because that word is so loaded, and it would require us to understand the way that soul contracts work, and what happened in your case, and with all the other souls involved, and what the karmic council thought, and we can't make that estimation, but we can deduce that Spirit has decided to have mercy, to give you mercy and to bless you for what you've been through. Yeah. So that's a beautiful thing. And I have to kind of let you know, guys, this is the energy that I'm feeling here. And that's why you're having such a magical transition. So long story short, you are going through something. If this reading is for you, it's not for everybody, but if this is for you, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm feeling this. This is fitting my story, regardless of the details. If it is for you, then you have been experiencing things where it's like, oh, I knew this would happen, or I was told this, or this makes sense, or, this is starting to get crazy. Like, what's going on? Like, my psychic, is it, and you may be at this point now where you're like, well, what do I do with this now? What do I do? And I have to tell you, don't do anything, because it's not quite time yet for you to step into the next phase. Right now, you're actually stepping into a period of just enjoying, is what I'm getting. You're getting the magic out of something. You're enjoying the year with the new house. You're enjoying other things, right? And it's a gift. It's a gift from Spirit. So I see the Justice card over here, and it's funny because I picked it up and I made a mistake. There's no such thing, right? But this card, I split the deck by mistake. This card is what wants to come through, the Justice card. But look, it's right on top of karma. See? That's what I'm saying. You're receiving something for something that you went through. Call it a kickback. I don't know. And look at this. The Hanged Man. This is being crossed by the Ace of Swords. In this reading, what that's saying is it's doubling up on the message that I just gave. Yes, this is for you. Yes, we're cutting you down from what you've been going through. But yes, this is also in response to what you've been going through, because maybe for some of you, you were really waiting for somebody. You had yourself ready, you showed up and the person didn't, or just for whatever it's worth. Spirit is saying that this is balancing it out. So if you feel that you were cut short by something, trust that this is God's way of providing justice, and all will be made balanced. Okay, that's why it's really feeling karmic in a sense, but it feels almost like karmically done because of something that happened in this lifetime. I'm not necessarily getting that it's something from the past. And so Spirit is saying yes to remind you, look, just as I said that past lifetime, Spirit is, come on, Spirit, where were we on this? But Spirit was just about to say yes to remind them that adjustments can be made in this lifetime. It's not only about you living out a life that was determined because of a past lifetime. Sometimes things happen in this lifetime, and justice, they say, can be meted out. meted, meted. All right. Now, interesting that just as they said, I just as well they said, because I'm channeling, but just as I was saying, this is not feeling like a past lifetime thing, I'm actually still picking that up, because even though this says past lifetime, I'm seeing Saturn here off to the side. So again, this is about you receiving karmic justice, an anointing of ease for something you've been through. And it's, yeah, it really has to do with a karmic contract here. Something fell through for some of you here. Somebody here, something fell through, and you're being blessed as a result of it. God is good. That's what we love. That's what we love. This seems like something that's going to happen down the line. This right here, I don't know what it is, but we'll take a look in a few. I don't feel like it's time to look at it, or it's not time for it to happen now, whatever it is. Let's draw 3 cards here, and then we'll look at that card. Here's one. Whoa. Very strong, very strong. This is a leadership one. Oh, God. So strong. Okay, 1. Okay, 2. Oh, 4. Okay. First of all, this card is so strong in a leadership position, and it is dedicated to Spirit. I don't know what it is, but it is dedicated to the one. I don't know, what is that? Connection, it says tarantula. When I get this card, this speaks to me of 10 of Swords energy. Look at her trying to end a cycle. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can see. Look at her struggling to end a cycle. We've got look, just as like she's like, trying to grab the ground or to drag herself out. There's a tarantula right there. So this is very, very 10 of Swords energy. But you see how strong it was? This is Spirit saying that right now, this energy of cycles ending and karmic cycles ending is so strong. And if you are in this position where you've been really going through it, like dark night of the soul, left wondering what happened, confusion, because there's a lot of confusion, like I don't understand what happened. This seemed like it was in the bag and then it was nowhere. It's done, it's gone. Now I'm here to tell you that don't think that you're cursed. Don't think anything. Just trust. Give it up to God, surrender, and allow it to be moved out, because Spirit has pulled the plug on something for whatever reason. And that's why this is so strong here with the Ace of Swords, which is being carried from God, right? This eagle, or this hawk actually, or whatever bird it is, actually it's a hawk, is carrying this Ace of Swords straight from God. So they're saying this ending, this closing, I stopped short of saying closure, because some of you are like, I didn't get closure. This closing, this ending, this contract clearing, this whatever, was so in service to Spirit. Okay, whatever this is. Oh, look, 2 things yes, look at that, double. I was gonna say is coming up later. Look at this. This is double release. This is what I'm talking about. 10 of Swords is all about an karmic cycle, a really, really hard one, closing out. But what happens is it also signals a rebirth, and that's that energy there. But notice it's kind of still emphasizing the painful part of it. So that's why Spirit was saying, we know it hurt. But trust me, after we looked at all that was going on the whole field and the whole fabric of all of existence and all of the souls involved, this is the best outcome for everybody. And you are not going to go away empty handed. In fact, it's so, look at this. You can't see it. Sorry, you can't see what I'm seeing, but this is all a boon. This is all that what I said, when you get something to bless you for your trouble. And it's so much that it actually comes all the way down into these two cards. We'll look at those two cards. These are extensions of joy, extensions of your karmic payout, let's say. And look how the cards are mirroring. Release. This is a big situation, and it's going to, like I told you, this right here, that card looked like it was going to 2020, 20 minutes 20 seconds, right? That card, 2020, right? That card looked like it was going to be in the future. So we see that whatever this cycle was, I'm telling you, it probably had, I don't want to say it had nothing to do with you, but I'm kind of feeling, the more I feel into this energy, if something fell through, whether it's with a relationship, a contract, a house, or just a soul contract in general, which all of them are, I'll tell you that there was something deeper and bigger going on behind the scenes that you just can't know. And so that's why you're kind of being paid out, because it's like, okay, this, we had to abort this, or whatever this is, like, on the ships, abort. So it just had to be canceled out for some reason that I kind of feel has nothing to do with you. But of course you're going to feel that it does, especially if it does hit any past lifetime issues that you have. I just saw 21 minutes, 21 seconds. Let's talk about those past lifetime issues. So again, to clarify, as Spirit was saying, this payout is not because of a past lifetime thing. Something happened and didn't pan out in this lifetime. The plug was pulled, and I don't think it had to do with you, to be honest, to be frankly honest. But unfortunately, it may have triggered some past lifetime pain. So for example, if this is a relationship that you knew was going to happen, but it didn't, and you're carrying abandonment wounds, it's going to trigger those wounds, okay? And it's going to kill you, so to speak. Guys, nothing worse than attachment issues triggered. Good Lord. Not that I know about it. What are you talking about? But anyway, you get my point. So it's reverberated through your chart. Now, I have to say, I want to tread lightly here, because God is good, and every case is different, and that's all there is to it. But I have heard told that when somebody takes their own life, we're not judging, and we're not giving any preference to any situation that would ever lead to that. We're just neutral about it. But I've heard when someone takes their life, it creates a shockwave, across everybody in the chart. It just does. And not only everybody immediately, but the people, it's like a contract that gets voided. And so what happens is there is balance has to happen. So karma has to happen. And so in this case, that's what I'm kind of feeling here. It's you're receiving a karmic payout on account of a contract being voided for reasons that were not of your own making, okay? And on top of that, it's almost for any damages that would have come as a result. Damages being like, it may have triggered unnecessarily this wound from the 18th century that wasn't supposed to be triggered until, or triggered your father wounds in this lifetime, and instead of you stepping into that great job that you were supposed to, or doing that great work you were supposed to, you went left and you hit the bottle, and you see, this is how those things happen. And so, and I'm not saying that it got that far here for you, but this is just to give you guys an idea of what I mean when or what I'm feeling when I say karmic payout. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at these two cards here really quickly. It says sacrifice Yes, that's what I'm saying. See? Look, you see, like I was saying, the karmic payout is so much that it extends here. Look at what it's saying. Sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice was kind of made here. It was made here, but you see how okay, you can't. Let me turn on the lights. Hold on. Because I was like, why do I keep looking left? And I forgot because I wanted to turn on the light. Hold on. Okay, guys, thank you. Brought to you from home. Yes, home set design. So take a look here. Hopefully you can see, but probably not as well. There is a person here, and they are controlling all of this big head, and there's like a city and or a town on there, and it's all controlled by lightning, and it's just so much tension and so much going on. But imagine that you're us and we're looking here. So you are seeing this person, whoever this person is, it's representing the soul contract. It's representing the person you were supposed to be with, the house you were supposed to own, the job you were supposed to get, right? The big break you were supposed to have, whatever this, or for some of you, yeah, this one feels strong. The amazing amount of healing work that was supposed to come through this soul contract, voided. But you see, you're looking at this person, wrangling all of this and making that decision all for themselves. You had no way to make a choice in the situation. You couldn't get in at all. And so that's kind of the unfair part of it, if we can go so far as to say unfair. But and that's why so that sacrifice happened. You couldn't, and when we get onto earth, a lot of times, all bets are off. We have plans, but sometimes all bets are off. And so you see, here you are finally meeting the other person, supposed to be, or the opportunity, right? You encountering the opportunity. Oh, there's the person I'm supposed to marry, or there's the house I'm supposed to own, or there's the whatever. Your soul knows that. You're like, okay, yeah, we're on with business. We're supposed to get this done. But all of a sudden, instead of being able to connect, a door opens up instead. And you're like, what? I don't understand. And for some of you, like, I already want to cry right now, but for some of you, you took it hard again because it hit a part of you. It hit your wounding inside, and it wasn't designed to go that route. But you see what the card says? Learning, right? And so, of course, there's sadness here. But at the same time, it's almost like I'm seeing a little bit of danger here. Not danger, but I'm seeing what a lot of you may have been doing, because I'm seeing where you recognize it's not going to happen, but you see the door you're supposed to go through, but you're turning away from it. You want to stay in this zone. This is where the denial comes in. This is where the refraining from letting go and the not surrendering and all of that. You want to wander the forest instead in the emotions, like, why didn't this happen? What did I do wrong? Or denial, even, like, I'm never going to love again. I'm never going to, or I shouldn't have put myself out there to buy a house. What was I thinking as a single father or a single mother? And these kinds of things don't come to someone like me. And so you see how that can put someone's chart way off. Again, that's why you're getting this balancing out for you, the karmic payout. But your job right now, regardless of how you took it, Gemini, or whoever you are, this is just opening up to anybody really. Your job is to not keep going after this opportunity because it's already been decided. And your job is not to wander around at the same level in the forest here, in your feelings and refusing to move on. Your job instead is to focus on moving forward. So go through the door that God has placed there for you so that you can activate your payout, so that you can activate what is next for you. And so that's why I want to go back to this part here where I was telling you guys that you may be like, what now? But I'll tell you, before you can get to the next thing, there's a period that you're in where you're going to be able to enjoy. Okay, going back to the house situation, for example, let's say that you were supposed to get this house, right? But somehow the contract fell through and it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to be your house by soul contract, and everybody, it was agreed. But at the last minute, something had to happen, and it was just in God's way, and that's just how it happened, whether through free will or just whatever, and you were not able to get the house after all, and it produced some reverberations, okay, let's put it that way, in your life. And so Spirit is saying, before we actually give you another house, that would be the, the what now, the new thing, we're going to give you a karmic payout now. And so we're going to present you with an opportunity to be in a brand new house, in a really comfortable house on us, and we'll let you get paid. And that's when you'll be that one person who randomly, like, a friend's like, or you meet somebody out of the blue at a conference, and there you guys hit it off, you hang out for like a month, you're like, wow, this person's really cool, they like to play tennis, so do I. And then all of a sudden they out of the blue say, hey, I know we just met, but you know what, you seem like a cool person, and I just realized that I have to go to somewhere in Europe or whatever, I don't know, to do whatever he has to do or she has to do. And I'm like, I totally need somebody to house sit. I mean, everything's there. I will, bills are all on auto pay. I just need you to house sit, keep the gardener, coming, and recycle, and if you can just enjoy it, that would be amazing. And I'll pay you. I'll pay you for house sitting. So you see, it's miracle stuff. Something's going to be happening for you if this reading is for you, okay? So let's go ahead and there's another card here. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, yeah, look at ya. You're like, that's me? Yeah, that's you. But I said, aw, because it looks a little sad. It's like, it says peace, right? And technically, yes, you're at peace in a sense, because you're no longer like a part of that situation, but you're no longer kept up nights. Oh, geez, 31 minutes, 31 seconds. See, you're no longer kept up late at night crying and wondering why. And now you just feel like an outsider. You're no longer even part of it, and you're watching it. But what you don't see is that, oh God, this place is burning. You probably, you dodged a bullet here. Something was dodged, and you couldn't see what it was, because I guess, that's the nature of it. We're in these three-dimensional bodies, and maybe it just wasn't for you to see. Yeah, and so you're sitting here feeling dejected, but you see how it comes out here on the karma and the justice card right there along the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, you may be like, well, why is the Queen of Wands hanging out there? What does she have to contribute to this conversation? Well, simply put, that's her saying, get excited. Come on, let's get excited. Now, you may not know who or what is going to approach you to give you this whole miracle situation, this whole boon, this whole situation that Janelle keeps saying is going to be great, and where's my karmic payout, and I don't know what it is. You may be in that place, right? But your Queen of Wands is saying to you right now, don't worry about the form it's going to take. Just say, yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, I'm ready to receive. I'm done suffering. Yes, I deserve. Yes, I want to see what it is. Yes, send me that new relationship. Yes, send me that whatever it is that you are asking for. Make me happy, God. Make me smile again. And I know that that's usually an inside job, but I hear you, and your message to me is that you can put a smile on my face. So I'm saying, let's do it, because I do feel that I suffered, and I know everybody's suffering right now. But you know what? I'm coming to you to say, I don't want to suffer anymore. I want to be happy, and I want to feel, look at that, vulnerability and freedom, surrender. See? Yes, I'll reach for it. Look, oh my gosh, there's a little sun/star, because remember, the sun is a star, God bless, in her hand, and look, here's one there. This is the will card. You have to have the will to reach for what it is that Spirit is giving you. And so here it is that you're watching this video, if you've made it this far, and you're like, this is for me. I'm the confirmation that, yes, something is coming for you. But look, she's even got stars in her head, but you've got to open for it. Ease and grace. Allow it to come in. Now, I want to show you something. You see how there's that earth right there? The object that you that you've missed out on in your mind, which is really this, because like you don't want to be all up in this mess, but you don't see it as a mess because you can't see behind closed doors, right? When you look, you see, oh, I'm missing this earth, I'm missing this, but it's actually, there's a lot of smoke coming from it, there's a lot of fire. But you see how it's circular? Look at you. Once you make the decision with your will to accept what Spirit is giving you, to let go and to try to be at peace with what it is, and to say, yes, God, I challenge thee, dear God, to show me and make me happy. Look at how this circular motion starts to form right behind you. Just like this. It's going to replace this old thing. Okay? It really is. Look at this. I just noticed this 38. 3 and 8 is 11. That's alignment. And I just noticed right here, this door. It actually says 22, by the way. But this door, if you go through this door, look at what's on the other end of it. A new contract. Okay? 6 and 4. This is 31. This is 6. So 6 and 4, 3 and 1 is 4, that's 10. This is the in-between part that they want you to step into so you can get your karmic payout. Once you step through this door saying, yes, I'm ready, I want to accept, you come straight into alignment. This is 11, that's 22. I mean, come on, guys. It couldn't be any clearer. They're also pointing out that this card is a 4. So as lonely as you feel, oh, that's so funny. It says 1, but it looks so much like a 4. God bless, you see? So they're saying as lonely as you feel, you've got all the stability where you are. You would not have been stable over here. And that's so crazy because this actually says 40. So there's the 4, but you see that 0? It's not what it really looks like. Okay, it's not really what it really looks like. You thought this was a 4, a stable situation, the house, the person, the whatever, but it actually was not, and you couldn't see it. And instead, this that looks like a 4, but actually says 1. This is where you need to be because it is the 4. But of course, you're in that hermit mode. These two. This feels like an old married couple. I don't know. I mean, but your situation may not even have to do with a relationship, but I'm just saying, yeah, boom, there it is. Joy and contentment, learning experience. Now, let's talk about those two. We know the learning experience is simple. That's clear cut. Duh. You learned. And that's what we saw earlier with if you were to go through the door, right? This card says learning here. You go through the door, yes, you were not able to get what you were in line to get, and it's not fair, right? But that's how things go on earth sometimes. Sometimes even the best laid plans, right? But your only takeaway, which seems so unfair sometimes, your only takeaway is the learning. And I will tell you that the Justice card is stepping in to give you a karmic payout, which is kind of an admission that yes, it is unfair. You were slighted here, but it is still, the way things are working out is still the best outcome for everybody. But we recognize the damage that was done, and you will receive karmic balance for that. God is great with karmic balancing. And let's just say thank you. I mean, you always got to slip in that gratitude. Thank you that we get to experience the karmic payout in this lifetime and so soon. For some of you that you're like, well, this was 7 years ago. Yeah, but still 7 years in the blink is not even a blink. It's not even a movement of an eye, let alone the blink. But sometimes it's like the karmic payout for this thing doesn't come in this lifetime. It comes in another one, right? So just be grateful in that sense. But the other card, joy and contentment, that may give us a little cause for like whatever, because I am not having joy. I am not content. This is not right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel fair. Something's off. It's like, yes, but Spirit is saying it also poses a challenge for you to pick up and move on. You know, Jesus did turn the other cheek, and whether or not he actually did, we could learn something from that. You know, Jesus is like, hold on a second. How did I get into this? But you're always here. You're around, right? But anyway, yeah. So joy and contentment. Remember, joy and contentment is truly something that we can find, or we can only find in ourselves. And I'll tell you why. Because it's easy when we get what we want, then we feel joy and we feel content, right? But then when we don't get what we want, we don't feel joy and we don't feel content. But sometimes people get what they want and they still don't feel joy and they still don't feel content. And so you see lies anomaly, paradox. We now see that joy and contentment are not actually related to getting what you want. And so by that very definition, we have to think that joy and contentment is independent. And it's really up to you as the common denominator to determine whether or not you choose to feel joy and contentment in whatever hand you've been dealt. Now, when you feel that you're in a situation where it's not what you wanted or not what you thought you'd get, sorry, now it's triggering me. Even though I'm channeling, I'm not like, but this is hitting home. If you find yourself alone in the home that you thought you'd be sharing with someone else, but anyway, you and the spiders, you sometimes have to look for different angles to having joy and contentment, because that's the whole thing. You mistakenly placed your joy and contentment into an object that could not ever give you joy and contentment. You thought it would be with the person. You thought it would be with the home. You thought it would be with the job. You thought it would be with the car. Whatever, right? But at the end of the day, you realize, oh, okay, all I need to do is associate joy and contentment with someone else. That's switching the angles. Just like Abraham Hicks says, reach for a higher thought. Don't even think about the thing that's not making you happy. Just think about things that make you happy, regardless of whether it's something quote unquote small, like having cotton candy, which would be big for a child or an adult living in an impoverished country, by the way, or situation like here in the US in some places, right? That's a big thing for them. So already we see that, again, the cotton candy or the object itself is not what brings joy, but it evokes a feeling of joy. So go ahead. What brings you joy? Today it's going to be, wow, getting to close my eyes at 2 p.m. and take a nap. That brought me joy. Tomorrow it's going to be wearing this watch or whatever, right? And so regardless of what it is, start to amass a set of things that bring you joy and contentment. Focus on those things and forget about the other thing. And after a while, you will start to feel and generate joy and contentment, because it's all about you needing to vibrate the frequency of joy and contentment. And so if you're actively thinking about something that makes you sad, guess what you're emitting in that now moment? Bump, bump, bump. But the minute you start to change to thinking about something that brought you joy, it vibrates differently, and you just have to keep that train going. Now you may say, well, how can I trick my depressed mind? First of all, that's a different situation. If you're having a neurological issue, that's a different situation, right? But for the rest of us who are not, and we can, through the power of choice, alter our circumstances, we have the right and the duty to. We must, because no one else can save you from your abyss. That's why they say happiness is a choice, because there are so many reasons in life to never feel happy again. And what takes you out of that spot is your choice to do it. And it's the same thing a lot of people who've been there will say. What took them out of that addiction, or that smoking addiction, or that, drinking addiction? They hit their rock bottom, sure, but at that point when they hit their rock bottom came choice. Your why has to be strong enough. It has to be stronger than your choice to feel sad. And it's harder than it sounds, but it is doable. It really is. And if you head over to any TED Talk or look at any YouTube video where they talk about survival, where you have survivors talk about coming out the other end of holocausts, of genocides, of whole families being murdered, all sorts of atrocities, they're always asked, what got you to go on? Because now they're like an adult with grandkids, and they've written a book, or they whatever. They always say the same thing: I chose. And then you have to ask yourself, what was it within them that got them to choose that reality? And that's where the difference is. For some of them, it's for the potential of seeing another day. For some, it's the potential of seeing a grandchild. For some, it's the potential of whatever, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to have to find it within yourself. And that's where the challenge is, to get out of this rut, to move forward, to go through that door, right? And if all you have when you get older is to tell somebody a story about a time when you knew that was supposed to be your husband, and nobody believed you, but you know it, and then for whatever reason you went into you got this huge, you won the lotto, or you did something amazing happened to you, and no one ever knew, but you knew that it was God's way of saying, I see you. This is the magic of it. So again, this situation that you're going to go through is this divine payout, this gift, this blessing, this accord is what they're saying, is going to be magical. Now let's look at why they said accord, ACCORD. Why would they say accord, referring to this object or this situation? Well, because simply they're saying it's going to accord with your energy much more than that thing or that person, place, thing, or situation that you were trying to fit yourself into. You were not harmonious with that for reasons that you don't know, okay? But this situation is in accordance with you, and it's hand selected. Imagine getting an envelope in the mail, and it says, it's got the official seal of God, let's put it this way. And it says, you've been selected to receive blah, blah, blah for your time and your suffering, or for your whatever. This is going to hold more weight than if you got something like that, an offer like that from Publishers Clearinghouse. Do you see what I mean? This is not just some random thing that's given to you. It's hand selected for you. So it is truly in accordance with you. So for some of you, oh, that felt strong. For someone here, and I don't throw this around mildly because we shouldn't, but for somebody here, you did have some negative work done against you, negative spiritual work done against you by somebody. You're going to get just rewards for that pain and suffering. For someone else, this is for quite a few people, I feel, this is a relationship that fell through for you. You're going to get another relationship that's going to be more in alignment with you. And guys, like I said, when spirit puts their hands on things, like this would come from a specific department in God Inc., where it's like the payouts department, the benefits department for contracts broken or something like this, or voided contracts. It's always good. That's my point. And it's got the bells and whistles. It's the white glove treatment. So you're going to enjoy it 10 times more than you could ever have thought you would have enjoyed that other thing, because it's the extra sprinkling. And that's why we're saying that it's the magic. There's magic involved in this magical outcome, this magical payout, okay? So let me go ahead and just pull a few more cards, and then we will get out of here. Oh my God, guys, stop it. I just picked up this deck. Bam! Look at the bottom. Blessings and abundance. Yeah. Keep it real. Oh, yeah. Let's take that other card. Forgiveness and understanding. We ask for your forgiveness, not of them, but of the situation, of the people involved, right? And we understand, and we ask that you understand what's going on. And so we are going to give you this. And we receive comes from your camp, because it's not just you. You've got your team, your spirit team, God bless. And they're here as well, and they're here to help, and you got somebody on your team that's like, yes, we receive, thank you, with both hands, we receive this, thank you, and we will allow it to come to being for our loved one. You're the loved one. Your guides are like, we'll allow it to come to being for our loved one when they are ready. When they're ready for what? To say yes and to surrender. So you've already, your payout has already been handed to you. See how these two cards fell right there? They've already been handed to you, but they're in safekeeping with your team. Look at that, guys. What are we doing? Why are we even here? Because it's too good. But anyway, it's going to be released to you when you're ready. Setting your course, Queen of Scrolls. There's the contract. There's the new one. See, right on this double release. Spirit is like, hey, you know, we delivered that to you. Did you, and, you know, your team's like, yes, we've received it. We've received the new contract. We're just going to wait until, 49 minutes, 49 seconds, right? We're just going to wait until our loved one, you, the viewer, is ready to move on, to go through the door and to stop staying where they are and to stop pining after the other person or the other thing. And then we'll step right into that new contract, okay? Archangel Gabriel, look at that. Talk about the seal, right? Weren't we just saying that it's like coming from a specific department in God Inc., you know, God Incorporated? Archangel Gabriel, he's the one who gives the annunciation, right? So there we have it. If that's not an Ace of Swords, I really I'm struggling to know what is. I mean, what's the communication? Because if we have Archangel Gabriel coming in with this message, I'm just struggling to know what's higher than that right now. So anyway, they're saying to pull one more. Okay, yay, fun. Hopefully, what is this? Clearing the way. Love it. That's right. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it. There's the house in the background. You see? If you surrender, let Archangel Gabriel come in. Well, he'll probably send some others to do it, but he's like, yeah, I need some of you in the West Wing. Okay. Right? Clear the way, and there's your karmic package. Wow. As I said, karmic package, I saw 51 minutes. And 15 seconds, 5115. And I know some of you are like, did she really say? Let me back up and rewind and let me see. Because I would do that. But yes, I did. I saw. Anyway, so look at that, 5115. Yeah, we got you. It was very hard. It was very unfair. There were things that didn't work out, but we got you. We got you. Okay? Funny. I'm over here standing gently, God bless, and I look over to where all my cards are neatly stacked, God bless, in Jenga mode, and I just see one card, just the bottom of it peeking out, and it says King of Wands. Oh my gosh, there's so much. That's a direct match to this Queen of Wands. So again, whatever they're bringing in is going to be in accordance with you, and it's better than you can imagine, okay? So yes, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Thank you guys. Remember, these readings are good for at least 30 days. They just unfold, okay? So whenever you watch these videos, God bless, just watch the signs and see how it goes. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, definitely reach out, and I'm here to help you. Bye.